welcome back to the Evette channel. Wow! And welcome back to another of my YouTube videos. I am truly sorry if I've been MIA for the past week or so, but I was away, and no worries, I'm now here to stay. I came back, so I am gooch. And I just really hate not being able to record, but if you guys only knew my schedule, it gets so hectic to even film YouTube videos. As you guys know, I do try my best to upload YouTube videos twice a week, but that becomes very difficult with the filming and editing. It is very time consuming, but for sure once a week. By the way, fun fact, it is 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm filming this video, so you guys already know that it gets a little difficult. But no worries, you guys know I always find the time to record videos because this is absolutely what I love to do. And today's video is going to be on my favorite foundations, my holy grails, foundations that I have tried and absolutely loved and that I recommend to you guys. Now, I have tried out literally almost every foundation that I think exists in this planet. Literally. In Sephora, I've tried absolutely every foundation in the past years that they can possibly have. So, I have picked the ones that I most loved throughout the years, the ones that are my current favorites, and I'm not just going to be speaking about best foundations for dry skin like myself, because I do have dry skin. I want to also speak about in this video foundations that are great also for combination and oily skin, because I don't like to target one specific group of people. I also want people with oily and combination skin to, you know, get some knowledge on this video, because I know it is very difficult to shop for foundations. So before this video starts, you guys already know the drill. Make sure to subscribe. If you guys aren't subscribed and you guys are newbies, make sure to like this video, comment at the end, and if you guys are interested in attending a makeup seminar, and not just any makeup seminar, my makeup seminar in Queens, New York in exactly a month in June, then just check out all the details down below on the description bar and the links so you guys can see all the information. I'm gonna leave it at that, but just know that there's gonna be a lot of goodies and a lot of surprises. So hope to see you guys there. So before I get into speaking about any sort of foundation, I do want to speak about skin texture and the type of skin that we have, because that plays a huge, enormous role in what foundations and what skincare products we purchase. Now, you can't just go digging around and checking whatever, like, purchasing and trying on whatever foundation, whatever skincare product you feel like it, because the packaging's nice, because, I don't know, your favorite company made it. You have to make sure that it is great for your skin, because that is how you break out, that is how you get oily, that is how you get dried out, and that is how your skin just gets, So people who have dry skin, it is extremely obvious that you have dry skin. There's no way to go around it, because dry skin people, it is just a very uncomfortable feeling when you have dry skin. It just feels like your face is absolutely breaking. You get dry patches. Your foundation and other products that you apply on your face just cling onto those dry patches. That's why your face has to be extra hydrated. And by hydrated, I mean like using a really good moisturizer. And by the way, if you guys are interested in listening and watching my skincare routine, I'm gonna place it down below, because I feel like that's extremely important as well, as a makeup artist and as a person who loves makeup and applies makeup on their face all the time for the hell of it. You gotta take care of your skin. Because of the fact that you have dry skin, you have to not only have extra hydrating moisturizers, but you also have to have extra hydrating foundations, because they both work together, and that's what makes your face nice and hydrated, and it just won't allow your face to dry out, because obviously it's hydrated. So you have to shop for foundations that are dewy. Foundations that are dewy give you that wet look, and they also hydrate your face. So you always have to make sure you're shopping for foundations that are dewy, or at least carry some sort of oil, because that's what hydrates your face. My fellow humans with oily skin, you guys have to also make sure you moisturize your face, but you have to moisturize your face with something completely different from people with dry skin, because you have to make sure that the oil is getting sucked up. You know that if you are oily, you look sweaty, you look wet, even though you're not, and it's not a good look all the time. It doesn't look like a nice glowy, dewy look. It looks more like you're sweating, go shower type of look. So you want to make sure that the foundations that you shop for are matte, and that way matte foundations kind of seal your face and suck up the oil, and that is what you're looking for. People with sensitive skin, I do recommend them to use products with that are dewy and skincare that also hydrates your face. And for the people who have combination skin, I always recommend for you guys to use matte products. You guys can completely get away with it, and I don't see a problem why matte products should give you any problem on your face if you have combination skin. Now moving on to my favorite foundations, which I know you guys are dying to hear about and know. So sorry, but I felt like it was extremely important for me to speak about skincare, because that is what helps you guys pick the right foundation. So I hope you guys got some knowledge on that. So moving on to my first favorite foundation, which is the one I have on right now. And I do want to say there's no touch-ups to this, except obviously my lipstick and my eyeliner. And I've been having this makeup on for exactly 13 hours. So the foundation that I have on is the Maybelline Fit-Me foundation. I do want to say that I'm one shade darker right now because I do have a tan, but this is in the color 330. Now this foundation retails for $8, but you can find it for various different prices. I purchased it at Ulta.com, Ulta Beauty, so I purchased it for $7.99, but in Walmart I've seen it for $5.99, I've seen it for $4.99, and I've also seen it up to $11 at CVS, Rite Aid, or Walgreens, I believe. I think the most expensive I've seen it is $11. Now, one of the many things that I love about this foundation, not only that it's affordable and it's a great foundation, you wouldn't even be able to tell like if I'm wearing a high-end or a drugstore, because honestly this foundation looks exactly the same as a high-end foundation if I was to compare it. It's not like the foundation is coming off, it's not like it's cracking, it is long wearing, and I've been having it for 13 hours, so you already know that it's really good. Now, I purchased the Dewy Smooth foundation from the Maybelline Fit-Me. This foundation comes in dewy and it comes in matte, which I absolutely love, because if you have oily or dry skin, you have the option to pick if you would like the dewy and if you would like the matte. Obviously, dry skin people go with dewy and oily skin people go with matte, so that fact that it has the option for that is awesome. I can't go wrong. This foundation comes in a small glass bottle, and it is 1 fluid ounce. It says here that this is normal to dry skin, once again, and this is perfect for my skin. This foundation is so easy to blend. It gives me that nice wet look at the end. So once again, it hydrates my skin, and that is what I'm looking for. This one does not break me out. Everybody's skin is different. I would always recommend for any foundation for you to try it out for at least a week, maybe 2, and check if you have any reaction. And make sure you're only using that one foundation, because if you're using different foundations and something's breaking you out, you're not gonna know what product it is that's breaking you out. So you wanna make sure that you always are trying one foundation or one makeup product or one skincare product at the time. So this foundation does me justice. It does me woo! It's great. If I was to say one bad thing about it, it's just that it doesn't have a like a squeeze bottle, but who cares? It's $8. Like, you cannot complain about that. Now, the only bad thing is that, you know, like it's hard to measure how much you want on your face, so sometimes you kind of have to put it back in, but honestly you can't complain. This is not a high-end foundation and it's $8, so who cares? Like, you can live with it. Next runner-up is the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I am in the color Syracuse. That's my original color, not my tan color, and this foundation retails for $49, which is basically $50, and $49 not including tax or shipping if you were to get it delivered. Now this foundation comes in a super bougie glass bottle, completely different kind of glass bottle than the Maybelline one, and it just feels super expensive. But anyways, who cares? Let's see what it does, right? So it does come with a pump, which is a plus for me, because if I'm paying $50 for a goddamn foundation, it better come with a pump. If I'm paying $8 for a foundation, I don't care. But this is $50, it better come with a pump. Now, I've been trying this foundation since 2014, when I believe that's when it came out, and I love it. I can use this foundation all the time, and my favorite thing about it, which is why it's here, is because one drop goes a long way. Now, when I first heard this, when I first purchased it, I didn't believe it. Like, there were advertisements like, one drop goes a long way, and I'm like, yeah, right. Like, yeah, right. This is a pretty big head. Like, it's not gonna go a long way. Let me tell you, it is absolutely true. One pump goes a long way. So one pump can cover this entire part of my face. I would need another pump for my neck, but if it's one pump for my face, like, that is so worth the $50. Like, I can have this for a good 6, 7, 8 months if it's one pump, and look how big it is. This is one fluid ounce. My next favorite foundation, of course, it was going to be here. I think it's every beauty girl's favorite foundation right now, and honestly, Fenty Beauty is freaking amazing. This foundation is the Pro Filter. I'm in the color 370, once again without a tan, and this is a matte foundation. Now, you would be surprised, because matte foundations, I can't really apply it on my dry skin, because forget about it, I'll be super dry. I'll feel like I have a mask on. But this foundation, for some crazy weird reason, I always recommend it to people with dry skin, and of course oily. It's matte, but this foundation hydrates my skin while being matte. It doesn't dry it up, which I love, and it's crazy because I've never found a foundation like that ever. This is a 1.8 fluid ounce foundation. It's a pretty large bottle. It's glass, and it comes with a pump, and you can purchase it at Sephora or FentyBeauty.com for $34. That is not including shipping. This foundation has my perfect undertones. It comes with so many ranges of colors that you will definitely find your color. Foundation just makes my face look like porcelain. It's super matte and clean. My last absolute favorite foundation is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. And this is, I'm in the color Y435 or 170, once again without a tan. That's just my original color, and it comes with a pump, so that is amazing. You always have to make sure you're shopping smart. I'm telling you, like, you need the pump. Like, don't be purchasing products that don't come with the pump for a really expensive price. This is $43. This is a high-end foundation that you can find at Sephora or Makeup Forever, the website, and $43 is pretty expensive. Not everybody has $43 to blow, so you have to make sure that this foundation is for you. This foundation does justice to me. This foundation is a light to medium, or no, sorry, medium to full coverage, and I never shop full coverage foundations. I feel like I should have said that at the beginning, but I've never ever shopped full coverage foundations, because people have to understand that you're going to be applying so many products on your face. You're going to be applying concealer, God knows how many concealers, because there's people who apply up to 3 concealers to erase any and hide any under eye imperfection, and highlight, and then contour, and then baking your face. It's just so much products that you apply, and then on top of that you have a full coverage foundation. That's how you get a cakey face. That's how you get, your face is gonna be like looking like a crazy mask. So I always tell people, listen, use up to medium coverage foundation, because you're gonna be applying a bunch of other things, and you just want to make sure it looks nice and flawless. It doesn't look too cakey. You want to avoid that. Now, this foundation gives you that, and another thing that I absolutely love about it, which is why it's in my favorites, it's because it looks flawless in pictures. It looks so different from like almost every other foundation, not even trying to be dramatic, in pictures, because it just gives me that like, whoop, nice soften look. Like it kind of looks like I smoothed my face, but I didn't. It's just that I use this foundation and I can definitely tell the difference. It is a really, really good foundation. Now I do quickly want to say that these 3 foundations that I previously mentioned are medium to full coverage, and you can definitely build it, but I don't recommend you to build it too much because remember, you don't want a cakey face. This is the one that I think would be most full coverage, is because it is heavier than the other ones. It is not too watery as the other foundations, so it can definitely build up to be extremely full coverage. Now I do want to mention 3 other random foundations that I feel like you guys should know about, even though they're not in my favorites. I did try them out and they're good, but I just didn't place them in my favorites. There's another drugstore foundation, which is the LA Pro Girl HD foundation, and this is in the color tan. This foundation is $10. I got it at Ricky's, New York City. You can get it at Ulta for 10 bucks, and you can get it, I believe even Beauty Supplies have it, or lagirl.com. You can also purchase it. This is a really, really good foundation. Like it looks just like this one when I apply it on my face. Like this is what it looks like when I, you know, do my makeup. The only thing I don't like about it, which is why it's not in my favorites video, is because I noticed that after 2 weeks of consistently wearing this foundation, it'll break me out. By break me out, I mean like give me little bumps, because I won't get like pimples or acne, but it does give me little bumps. So I noticed that this foundation does that, so I try not to use it for such a long period of time, like day after day after day after day. It has to kind of be of an emergency type of thing, because it does do something to my face. It has something inside that kind of, you know, but it's a really good foundation. So if it suits you, go for it. It's cheap and it's good. Another foundation, in case you guys are interested in knowing about full coverage foundations, because there are people out there who just apply foundation and don't apply all that other extra stuff. So full coverage foundations are perfect for them. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It was my second foundation I ever purchased in my life when I was like 17 or 18, and this is such a good foundation. I have dry skin and it suits me perfectly. It's like this one. It like hydrates my skin while giving me that matte full coverage look, and it's also really good for people with oily skin because it pretty much sucks up the oil as well. Now the really bad thing about this foundation, I must say, is that the bottle itself ranges for $30, but then you have to buy the pump separately. It's an extra $10. So basically it's $40 for this. Nobody's really going to buy the bottle alone because that's pointless. You're just gonna waste all the makeup because it's gonna be dripping all over your hands. So I do recommend the pump, but it's 40 bucks and you kind of have to buy the pump. And the last foundation, if you want a super lightweight foundation, this one is for you. This was my first foundation ever. This is the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation. I am in the color C6, and this foundation is $30, and it comes with a little like squeezy thing. Now this foundation gives you just a hint of color. It doesn't cover much. I know that people say, and I've heard people say, it's a full coverage foundation. It doesn't full coverage for me, or it doesn't even medium coverage to me. It gives me just a nice glowy look, and it is a little wet also. I think this is for dry skin. It does best because it does give me that wet look at the end. So I wouldn't really recommend it for oily people, but if it works for you, awesome. But this foundation, if you want just a hint of color, if you just want to walk around and do errands and stuff, but have that makeup, no makeup look and not look pale, this is the foundation for you. One more thing I feel like is extremely important for me to say, since we're already speaking about foundations, when purchasing a foundation and trying on a foundation for you not to have flashback. And by flashback I mean, like, you know, when you take a picture with flash and then in the picture your face looks super white. To avoid any of that, make sure you are getting a foundation one shade darker than your actual skin tone, because if you get a foundation color that is your exact skin tone, then in the picture it is going to look like super white. I always make sure to tell people, and even on my clients, to use one foundation darker than their skin tone. Not something extremely dark, like, oh my god, your hands don't match, it doesn't match with the rest of your body, but it just gives them a little bit of color and it avoids all of that in pictures. And I think that's really important because a lot of people don't know that. Well, I hope you guys were able to stick through this entire video, because I have a really strong feeling that this is going to be a super long video. Well, I did try to fill your brains up with as much knowledge as I could, because I want you guys to be able to shop smart and know what you guys are getting yourselves into with purchasing a foundation. Kind of sounds like getting yourself into a house or something, but no, I meant like, I want you guys to purchase the right foundation for you guys, because I know that is super difficult. That is something so hard for many girls, and I hope I was able to teach you guys a little bit more about foundations and the right foundations for you guys, because there's people out there that they don't even know where to start. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Comment, let me know, did you enjoy this video? Let me know if you have tried these foundations, if you like it, what are your favorites? But anyways, I hope you guys loved this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. I can't stress how much support I really get from you guys, and it just makes a gloomy day, so woo! Woo! Okay, well, love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.